And so it begins. Apparently, the Big Ten has canceled the 2020 college football season, at least for the fall. The word is, 14 teams, 12 schools voted to cancel. 2 schools voted not to cancel. Those 2 schools were Iowa and Nebraska, I guess. Man, in a year that has seen weird things happen almost on a daily basis, it seems like, I never in a million years would have ever thought something would actually cancel an entire college football season. And I know that technically that's not the case. We still have the Pac-12, although they're expected to announce this probably tomorrow, I guess. And maybe the SEC and the ACC and the Big 12 will try to do something. But even just one conference, even if that ends up being all that happens, that the Big 10 doesn't play this year, it's really head scratching. If you would have went to sleep February 1st of this year and woke up today, and the first thing you find out is that the Big Ten has canceled the football season, you would be in a state of shock and disbelief. The events that have transpired here over the last 6 months are nothing short of mind-boggling. All of it. And I'm not here to place any blame either in this video. I don't know. Maybe later I'll figure out somebody to blame and I'll make a video where I yell about that. I don't know, but honestly, this is sad. Honestly, this is a sad day for a lot of people, for college football fans. I'm a Georgia fan. They're in the SEC. We rarely even play a Big Ten team unless it happens to be maybe a bowl matchup. But I'm a college football fan. Georgia just happens to be my favorite team. I love college football. Outside of my family and my health, I don't know that there's anything else I care more about in life than college football. And maybe that's sad or bad or wrong or pitiful or pathetic or whatever. I don't know, but I live and breathe college football, and this is a sad day. Like I said, even if it ends up being only the Big Ten, which I don't see that happening, but even if it ends up being only the Big Ten, 3 months I've been talking about watching Micah Parsons play. I love watching him play. Justin Fields. Could Minnesota repeat their sort of miracle season from last year, 10+ wins? Can Scott Frost finally put something together at Nebraska? Is this the year Jim Harbaugh gets over the hump and finds a way to beat Ohio State and win the division? And just all the storylines that were going to unfold this year in the Big Ten, and they're just gone. And I know there's a lot of people that are mad right now. There's a lot of people that are finger pointing and placing blame. And again, I'm not going to say that I won't do that at some point, but for me anyway, now is not the right time to do that. I am legitimately sad right now. This is, all these players, and again, I'm not someone's fault, at least not now, but someone's fault. But these players missing a year. Justin Fields, look at Justin Fields, for example. Wasted for a year at UGA for no reason. Arguably the second best player in all of college football his second year, last year at Ohio State. He's draft eligible in April. He's not, Justin Fields might be one of the best college football players we have seen, if you make a list of 20 players, in 10 years, 20 years. And we will have got to see him for one season, It's just a shame. It really is. It's just a shame. And in my mind, in my perspective, at least right now, it doesn't even matter who's to blame. And let's be honest, it could be that there's no one to blame. It could be I know this is a crazy thought. It could be that the college presidents really are just worried about the safety of the players. Again, I know all the stats and stuff. The risks are very low. I understand that. It is possible, though, that they just care about the. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's all sorts of conspiracy theories where they're doing it for this reason or that. I don't know. And right now, I honestly don't care. This is a sad day. This is a sad day. It's even sadder because I have to stand out here in the heat and film. I can't even stand in my garage and do this today because it's under construction, as it were. But anyway, man, this is. I never thought I would see this. I never thought I would see this. We played college football during the 1918 flu pandemic. Now, people wore masks. That's a whole other issue, though, now. We played football through World War I, through World War II. Yes, there were players missing. Yes, there were teams that didn't play, but, we had a season. We played after 9/11. It's just, I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe it. And I'm somebody who has been preparing myself for this for the better part of 3 or 4 months. I sort of have always leaned towards the thought that they were probably going to cancel it. So it's really not even, or shouldn't be, a total shock to me. But now that it's actually happened, I cannot believe. I cannot believe that we are going to probably miss an entire season of college football. Like I said, I know it's just the Big Ten now. You guys have heard the same rumors I have about the Pac-12 canceling later this week, possibly tomorrow. And that leaves the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12. Could they play without the other two Power 5 conferences? Of course they could. Everyone went to conference-only schedules. What does it matter? It's dominoes, right? One player decides they're going to opt out for the 2020 season, like we saw a month or so ago. Makes it way easier then for other players to do it. No one wants to be the first one to do it. I think it's going to be hard for the ACC, the SEC, and the Big 12 to play. I hope they do. I hope they find a safe way to do it. I hope they decide to do it, and I hope they make it through the season without any serious problems. I hope no players get sick. God forbid, I hope no players die. I hope no players even get sick. I hope that's what happens. I hope we find a way to navigate through this season, even if it's a half a season or only half the teams playing or whatever it is. It's going to be hard, I think, for the other conferences to play now that one of the big boys has opted out. If they would have played, if all 5 major conferences would have played, and even one player got hospitalized, and like I said, God forbid, even one died, it would have been, the fallout would have been biblical. But now that a conference has made the decision to sit out, if these other conferences play and something goes wrong, oh man, lawsuits and possible jail time for negligence. I just think it's going to be hard. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we get to see some kind of college football. I'm almost at a loss for words, and I'm mumbling now. I'm 42 years old. If I live to be 142, I don't think I'll ever see anything else like this again, and I sure hope I don't. Have a good morning.